Good morning, everybody. Morning coffee with Cliff. I'm glad you're here. You know, I'm always glad you're here. Always great to connect with you. I am here on my family's legacy. I'm on my island here in the St. Lawrence River of upstate New York. I'm in the Thousand Island region of New York State. Let me know in the world where you are. One of the reasons I like to go live in this vertical mode, I know that YouTube shows it to in the shorts feed, and people are sometimes just jumping in and out, right? They're scrolling through or just dropping by. Who the heck is this going live? And it's me, Cliff Yates. You're in the right place. If it's anything to do in your mind with self-improvement, personal growth, how we can get better every day in every way than we were yesterday, then you are in the right place. So, hey, subscribe to the channel. I want to increase my community of progress. That's my goal today. Another reason why I like to go live, because you know what? I'm raw and real this morning, as I do when I go live in these coffee sessions. There's no pretense, there's no notes, and there's no teleprompter. So it's coming out of my head, through my heart, out the mouth to you. So you never know what's going to happen. It could be good, could be bad. We don't know. But it's not scripted, that's for sure. And in this day and age, if you're like me, I crave raw shit. Raw and real creativity is important. It's exciting. It's the best way to connect with people. And so that's where I'm coming to you. Oh, that's how I'm coming at you today. You see, the mistakes stay in when you're live. No AI generated BS. This is all real. This is not a green screen. This is actually, that stonework is the original outside of the cottage before this was put on. All right, I'm glad you're here. Let's let a few more thousand people jump on board here. That's one of the things I do. I think big. No one's on board yet this morning, but I said wait till a few more thousand, because that's what I expect. I'm always expecting the best. And this morning I was expecting great coffee, and I was right. It is great. I set it up the night before. That's another motivational Monday concept. Setting up things the night before is the best way. That's the best way to set up your day. Don't wait for the day to start planning your day. Set it up the night before. I set up my coffee the night before. Sometimes it's a pain in the neck. Maybe I'll wait. No, I set it up. I've habituated setting up my coffee. So in the morning, I just hit that button, boom, and it starts up. And then I'm glad I set it up the night before. So set up your day the night before. Hey, I'm glad you're here, everybody. Thanks for checking in. I'm Cliff Yates. You are in the right place. Everything self-improvement, personal growth. I hope you had a great 4th of July. I had a fantastic 4th of July here in upstate New York, Thousand Islands, and our local yacht club here, where all of us islanders get to park our cars so we can have somewhere to go on the mainland to leave our boats and drive wherever we need to drive. And so we had our 130th anniversary at Singer Castle, which is it's right outside my island here. Check it out. Go to Singer Castle. You can find out exactly where it is. Who I got here? All right, there he is. Low budget, Clint Eastwood. Yeah, that's right. Low budget, man. I am low budget, baby. Hey, thanks for checking in. Yeah. Hey, how are you, my friend? Hey, I am doing fantastic. Yeah, low budget. Clint Eastwood. I'm glad you mentioned Clint Eastwood. In his 90s. I don't think he's directed anything in a couple years. But I think, what is he, 94-ish? But I bet you he'll direct again. He's never really officially retired. And that's what you and I should never officially do. We can leave one job, go to the next, right? We're on to the next destination. That's what's going to keep us living younger. That's the way we stay young, by living young, right? We don't try to get younger. We don't try to prove to ourselves that we're young. We have to prove to ourselves we are still living. Keep living. Keep going. Keep getting after it. You're getting me excited just talking about this stuff. All right, thanks for connecting. Hey, jump in the chat here, everybody. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I hope you had a great July 4th. I had a wonderful, I was saying, Singer Castle. We celebrated our yacht club 130th year anniversary. And of course, we were also celebrating the country's 250th. And I had a great time. And next Clint Eastwood movie will be about Jesus. Oh. Hey, next Clint Eastwood movie will be about Jesus. Is that a fact, my friend? Do you know that? Is that true? I know that Mel Gibson has Resurrection coming out. Yeah, his next series, Passions of the Christ, he had done. How many years ago was that? And now he's going to have Resurrection coming out, which brings me back to. Oh my goodness! I must have said Alexa something, and now Alexa's in my ear. Alexa, be quiet. Alexa, stop. Don't you hate that when man, that's crazy. They're always listening. Good morning to you, my friend. Good morning. Sometimes some of you, my friends, some of you, my brothers and sisters, I don't recognize you from your meme name or your channel name. But hey, I'm glad you're here. Glad to connect with you in a real raw way. You know, the best way to connect with somebody is really across the table over a cup of coffee, maybe an adult beverage. But the next best way is why not like this? Why not? When this day and age, I can turn on a camera in real time, live. I can connect with people all over the world. Can you imagine that last week? I connected with some people from India. Oh, what's his name? Because he's on here all the time. And then it was Germany, Italy, and Russia. And I don't know if it's true, but a guy came on. He said he was in Korea. I guess in Korea they can get a stream and they can interact. I didn't know that. I'm always learning, constantly learning. I mean, Clint has seen enough. Yeah, he has seen enough, hasn't he? Oh, absolutely. I love that Jerusalem cross symbol. Is that what that is? I don't know. It looks like it to me. Oh, man. So thanks for chiming in here, everybody. All right. Glad to connect with you in a real raw way. Hey, I'm Cliff Yates, everybody. You are in the right place, and I hope you had a great 4th of July. And I was just saying we had our local yacht club celebration at nearby Singer Castle. Let me give you a little history if you don't know Singer Castle. Look it up online. Singer Castle. In 1905, Frederick Bourne, he built a castle over here on Dark Island. And at the time, he was on the board of Singer Sewing Machine. So it became known as Singer Castle. To this day, when you take a tour through the castle, there's all sorts of sewing machines, Singer sewing machines all over the great. How many levels are on that place? There's probably, there's 4 or 5 levels to this castle. It's a pretty amazing castle. Now, our celebration was outside in the main lawn. I didn't even go in the castle this year. I've gone through that tour probably 40 times because when people come visit me, it's so easy to just, it's a 5-minute boat ride over to the castle. And it's just a great thing to go see. So I'm glad you're here, everybody. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate the comments. And you guys rock. You are awesome. All right, everybody. Morning coffee with Cliff. I like to connect in a real raw way here. I know, it's a cheat code. I go live in the vertical mode because it shows up in the shorts feed. And then people who aren't already subscribed to my channel, they come across me and they go, holy shit, I'm going to subscribe. I want to hear the podcast. Maybe I want to be a guest on Cliff's podcast. I think I'm going to pitch him. And you know what? He has a lot of positive, creative philosophy content. And I can resonate with that. All right, everybody, I'm glad you're here. You are in the right place, as always, the Cliff Yates channel. And this is Morning Coffee with Cliff. I should make this a morning motivation, everybody. I'm going to get after it today. I'm actually going on the mainland today. I'm on my island, which you can look up, Elm Tree Island, Hammond, New York. On Google Earth, you'll see exactly where I'm at. It's just me on my island. You'll see where it is. In upstate New York. But I am heading to the mainland today, so I'm excited. I'm going to go to the grocery store. When you go to the mainland and you live on an island, it's kind of work intensive, right? It's not, you just can't jump in your car and go. So you got to plan it out. So I'm going to go to the mainland and I'm going to take my garbage over. And then I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to go to the hardware store. I got to get some stuff. Then on the way to the grocery store, I stop at a gym. And so I'm going to work out. And then after I work out, my last stop is going to be at the grocery store, right? Because I'm going to have perishables in my little freezer bags. And then I'm going to head back to the dock to bring it all back over to the island. And that's probably going to take me into late this afternoon. And so who knows if I'm going to be able to create a long form Monday motivational video, but this can serve as that. So I hope that I can project a little positivity in your life, a little encouragement in your life today. And another reason I like to go live is because, you know what we all have? Everybody. Doesn't matter. Education, background, upbringing, wealthy, poor. Everybody has And I found out why. Everybody has a bullshit meter. Everybody knows when somebody's bullshitting them. They have a sense. But you know what they really have? They have one of the higher faculties that all of us humans are given, and that's intuition. So we sometimes call it a bullshit meter. No, we have an intuition. Something's not right here. Something's wrong. When you meet somebody, you can sense it. That's because you're receiving that vibration, and it's always accurate. You kind of know. Pay attention and act on it. You've done it before. Maybe you've gone into a restaurant. You've never been there before. You sat down at the table. You know what? Something doesn't feel right about this place. You want to immediately get up and go to somewhere else. And you know what? You probably should act on that. More times than not, I bet you've come to the realization, damn it, my instinct was right. I knew as soon as I walked in here, something was off. I should have left when I knew I should have left. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you jumping in here. Cliff Yates, the Morning Coffee with me. I'm glad to connect with you, and I want you to join the channel. I want you to subscribe. I'm growing a community of progress. This is the kind of things I study. If I'm not interacting with you like this, then I'm in a book studying or I'm working out, but I'm always learning something new, and I know for a fact, selfishly, hey, if I'm going to be sharing this on a podcast or I'm going to be sharing this on my channel, hey, I really need to learn this really, pretty good, because I want to know what I'm talking about when I share the philosophies and strategies that I've learned or maybe relearned, because it's one concept that keeps coming back to me over and over again. You know what? Don't have read this book, be reading it, and reread it. No, read it again. Yeah, repetition is really the key, right? That's the mother of skill, repetition. Was it Bruce Lee? I think Bruce Lee said he doesn't fear the warrior. He doesn't fear the man that knows 10,000 moves. He fears the man who knows one move he's done 10,000 times. And so repetition, the mother of skill. Create that neural pathway over and over again to really habituate it. If it's something good, if it's something bad, then we can retrain ourselves to minimize that memory, that habit, or destroy it altogether. All right, I'm glad you're here, everybody. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. You are in the right place. I made a video yesterday on the 6 fears, right, that we need to get rid of. It was written by Napoleon Hill in his book, Think and Grow Rich, in early 1900s, right? 6 fears that we have. One of those is fear of poverty. We can get rid of that. You know what? You can always make more money. In today's day and age with technology, I don't care what it is. If you got to deliver pizzas, you can make a couple $1,000s a month. Uber Eats or whatever. You can make money today. So get that fear out of your head. The fear of poverty is one of our fears. But you know what? We can kill that off. Why do we have to kill these fears off? Because it limits us in our ability to grow and become more. I mean, if you just want to sit in your house and stay the same as you are, and your brain will want to do that, right? Because your brain is all about safety, keeping you alive. But it's not about happiness and life fulfillment. That's from our heart, and we can override the brain in that sense, right? We can direct our brain. We can use it as a tool. We can use our mind to do that. All right. You already subbed. I'm so glad. All right. Valerie Schmidt. Oh, my goodness. I know that you're a beautiful young lady. Thank you. I don't know why a lot of my subscribers are mostly male when I love women. I associate with women. I loved working when I was a cop. I loved working with female officers. I don't know. Well, maybe because that's who I have sex with, women. So I don't know, but I want to connect more with. I think I need more guests on my podcast that are women. I've had some amazing women on my podcast, as a matter of fact. I'm thinking of January Donovan, who's an amazing woman. Yeah, I've had some amazing women on my podcast. I've got to have some more, I think, right? I don't know why it seems like my followers, you look at your analytics and you can tell, oh, man, 64% is male. Why? Why is that? I mean, Anyways, I can work to rectify that. I'm glad you're here. Morning Coffee with Cliff, everybody. If you haven't already, let me know where you are in the world. I'm in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York, and I like to go live and raw and real because you know what? Everybody has a bullshit meter. It's really our intuition. And so listen, if I come at you today, just turning on the camera, no notes, no teleprompter, you can tell whether I'm talking from something I actually have known or done, and I'm not reading from a damn script. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to put myself out there for public criticism, right? Oh, what is this? Swag in your mouth. Oh, I like that. That's a hell of a name. Because you have an antidepressant induced saliva buildup. Oh, is that cool? I want to know more about that. Come on the podcast. Let's talk about it. I love it. Hey, all right. Glad you're here. Valerie Schmidt, E2B, whatever that means. All right. Glad you're here. Glad you connect. I'm so happy this weekend. Oh, my God. I can't go into detail, but it's magical. I met somebody. I met a person that I really connected with. Let's hope something more comes of it. But I also met some amazing friends. You know what? You have to always, put yourself out there. Be open-minded and open-hearted. That is a secret because you never know. You're going to attract. You're going to attract by your vibration, right? The way you're putting out, you're going to get it back. And it was never more evident than this past week on July 4th. I don't know why, but I intentionally made sure that I went into our get-together really open-minded, open-hearted, and I made an effort, right, to give people the opportunity to connect with me. You can't put yourself out there thinking, oh, you know what? I tried to meet people today and I failed 10 times. No, you don't fail at anything. You're just providing other people the opportunity to connect with you. If anybody failed, they did. They missed out on connecting with you. You know how special you are, for damn sakes. Come on. Big Pharma is out to get us. Of course, I already know how Big Pharma is out to get us. I've had people close to me, they got involved in antidepressants, SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. That's what all the antidepressants are, under that umbrella of drugs that they're pushing on people for really most of the time. It's no reason. People are sometimes feeling depressed, down, sad for good reason, but it's episodic. They're going to get through it. Just get through it. But no, if you go to you go to a psychiatrist, you go to the doctor, even a regular practitioner. Oh, really? How long have you been sad? 10 days? Oh, you know what? Let me put you on this antidepressant. I think this is going to help you. You go down that road. That shit crosses the blood-brain barrier. You stick with me. You stick with me. You subscribe to the channel. Listen to my content. All right? I'm going to get you through it. I've been there, right? It's a season of life. Remember, episodic. Remember, if you're a winter in your life, and it could be a harsh winter, that's okay, but it is a season. And through the annals of time, this has never changed. After every winter, there's a spring. It's never gone from spring. It never has gone from winter to fall. Every time spring comes, opening, new things, growing, growth. If you're in a winter season in your life, you can know for sure, you can have certainty that spring is going to follow your winter. I'm telling you because I've been there. I talk about it. I'm willing to be open and vulnerable with it. Sometimes that's not the best strategy. When you're trying to connect with people, if you're being overly vulnerable, open, and honest, not always the best, but there's no other way. In my head, my mind, my philosophy. See, if I'm always being honest, I don't have to think about it. Maybe it's not the best way, right, to start a relationship. Being so open, so honest. But I'm telling you, I think it is the best and the number one way to be. I know people and I've modeled how they are. It's not always the easiest, right? We don't always want to be so honest that we put ourselves in a negative light. If you're open and honest, you're going to be in a positive light. First of all, if you know that's your MO, I'm always open, honest, and vulnerable to what I'm actually thinking and doing, then you're going to be more intentional on doing the right thing, the right way, for the right reason, because you're going to be open. You're going to be open and honest about what you are thinking and doing. Oh, man, it's exciting stuff when you start living your best life today. How can we get better every day in every way than we were yesterday? That's the kind of shit that I study and share. Of course, I could talk about politics. I could fire people up. I was a cop for 35 years. I could say some incendiary stuff that would get people so angry they would leave nasty comments. I would probably get a lot more followers, a lot of people more interacting with me, but I'm not about it. Hey, the next quality person is who I'm going to connect with right here on the channel, and that is you, my friend. Thank you for subscribing. You are in the right place, and I think you know that. All right, everybody. Glad you're here. Thank you. Leave a comment. Let me know where you are in the world. I'm going to stick with you until my cup of coffee is done. I am committed. I will not hold back. I have made a promise to you and me both, And to God above, I will stay with you until my coffee is done. Morning Coffee with Cliff. I'm glad we're connecting. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'm in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York. It is a paradise in the summer. In the winter, it's harsh. It freezes over. I'm not here, but I'm here today with you right now. Let me share this with you. Damn good coffee this morning. Whoever made this, I made it. I made a good cup of coffee this morning. All right, see you start your day. You know what? If you win the morning, I'm going to tell you, it's a high probability fact that you will win the day. Have a morning routine. Habituate a morning routine. I started doing something that I had been doing, that I let it go, and now I got back into it because I was reminded by something that I read and reread, repetition, mother of skill, every day. 10 things. I write them down. I was writing in my journal. Now I write it on my dry erase board, right? 10 things that I'm grateful for in my life. What does that do in your morning? You start habituating right down. You're going to start every day with a state of mind of gratitude, an attitude of gratitude. And if you start with attitude of gratitude, you know you can't hold two opposing thoughts in your brain. So we know that that is a fact. You can't be aggravated, mad, frustrated, anxious, worried, and at the same time have a feeling of gratitude. So start with gratitude, and you can habituate doing that. Why? Changing the questions you ask yourself in the morning. Hey, what am I most grateful for in my life? And let me tell you something. If you can't do 10, do 5. But you're going to find as you keep searching, 10 is going to come easy eventually. I started with 5, and now I'm at 10. You can do the same thing. I'm grateful that I'm connecting with you, even if it's just in this way. Even if you're just leaving me a comment of, hi, good morning, I'm appreciative of you. I have an attitude of gratitude, and you can do that. No one can control what you think and the meaning that you give to things. No one can do that. And once you take self-control over your thoughts, which are going to be transmuted to your actions, which are going to have 100% effect on your results, then you're going to start intentionally thinking in certain ways. Now, you know, as I know, we're human beings. We're emotional beings. Of course, we're going to have ups and downs, and that's a good thing. You know what? You're the star of your life movie. Hey, glad you're here, everybody. I'm just going into a concept. You're the star of your life movie, right? Go into the theater of your mind. Use your creative imagination that you're walking into a theater. You know what it looks like. Sit in that center seat and start looking at your life on a big screen. I want it big, Technicolor, and I want Dolby surround sound. Yeah, life's going to happen. That's why your movie is going to be very interesting. If you went into a movie and the star of the movie was doing great, in the middle they did great, and at the end they were still doing great, you would walk out and you would hate that movie. No, we like the hero to be a hero and then get knocked down. Whoa, wait a minute. He's getting back up? Oh, no. She got knocked down again? Oh, she's back up again. And in the end, just like our life movie, roll credits, we're champions. We won in the end. We overcame. We got knocked down more than once, by the way. It doesn't matter how many times. But when you get to your third act, you're going to look back and think, wow, you know what? I came through it. And I'm glad I'm now rolling credits as a champion. The winner, you got this. So, but make sure one thing. Keep this in mind. Use this metaphor. It's powerful. You're the casting director of your life movie. What does that mean? That means you cast yourself as a starring role. Do you know how many people, look at them today when you interact with them. Do you see people out there, they cast themselves as a supporting actor. They're an extra in their own life movie, right? They're an extra. They're in the background. No. You're the star of your own movie, but you're the casting director, producer, writer. Take control of your life movie. Get into that theater of your mind. Create the next scene. I don't care. Maybe you were. Maybe you have cast yourself as a supporting role. You're just background. Okay, now there's a new scene. All of a sudden, the director, the casting guy, you, the writer, says, hey, you're now the star. Step forward. And you are now the major role in the next scene of this movie. See, at any time, you can recast yourself. You can all of a sudden go from background. You can go from the understudy to the star of the show. You can be in your own Broadway play, and you are the star. Maybe At first, you were an understudy. You were in the wings just watching, but not anymore. Now, walk from behind that curtain. Take center stage, my friend. I am casting you as the star of your own Broadway show. I was using the movie metaphor, but I like Broadway shows. I like musicals. I like stage presentations, live performances. So why not cast yourself as the star of your own Broadway show? You got this. All right, I have got a comment here. Swami Ramakrishna. I hope I said that right. I need to get an advice how to build a consistency in something because I'm terrible in that. Well, there you go. You're already there, baby. Because let me tell you what a key is. I got to put you back on the screen, man. Here's key. You're self-aware, my friend. You're saying, I got to be more consistent. I got to find a way because it's not working. I'm all over the place. I'm scattered here. My thoughts are scattered there. Okay, now you've already become self-aware of where you are and where you want to go. And we're talking about being consistent. And consistency is key. So why don't you start small? Start little. How can you be more consistent? How about a morning routine? You can be consistent in it. Just like I said earlier, start with those morning questions. Just pick 5 questions, put it on your mirror when you get up, when you put those feet in. Okay, my morning questions. Okay, what am I most grateful for in my life? What am I looking forward to today? All right, who are the most influential people in my life? Ask yourself different questions. But you know what? Make it the same 5 questions every morning. And then eventually that's going to be a consistency in your life. You're starting right now. Start small. Right? How do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. Self-awareness, baby, is it. I've gotten in the habit lately. My mom, my soon-to-be ex-wife used to tell me, Cliff, you have a photographic memory. And I always thought to myself, I don't have a photographic memory. Although in some things, but you know what? I read something shortly after they said this to me. And it was this, that we all have perfect memories. They're just weak. And so we can always build our memories. So I started getting back into the habit of when I meet people. The great Oz Perlman, who's a mentalist, said he uses the shampoo thing, right? Lather, rinse, repeat, right? So he takes somebody's name. When they say it, he makes sure in the first 15 seconds, first he calms his mind down so he actually listens. If we don't do that, when we first meet somebody, they tell us their name, but we don't even hear it because we have so many thoughts in our mind. What am I going to say next? Do I know this person? This and that? Did I put the cat food out? Yeah, no. Calm the mind and actually listen to the name. Then say it back to them a couple different times. Then associate it. Ron, Michelle. Is that 1 L or 2 L's? Because I have a Michelle friend of mine, and she spells Michelle with 2 L's. Now you've already said the name like 3 times. Then, when you leave the location, write a note about that person. Oh, Michelle, she grew up in Watertown, New York. She has 2 kids. Boom, boom. Hey, the next time you go into that location, you can actually scan your notes. So maybe I'll meet Michelle again here. All right, everybody, I'm glad you're here. You're in the right place. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hey, I got a new sub. My day. Not only do I have a new sub, Chillman, XBC. Not only do I have a new sub, all right, now I have my goal met because 1 person at a time. All right, I got a new person, and now, man, Chillman, thank you so much. Right, I start 1 quality person at a time, and the next quality person is you. But Chillman, I just got 1. Now I feel. See, if you set the bar low, right? I'm happy if this happens. If that bar is set pretty low. The person who says, you know what, if I get up in the morning, man, is that a win? I feel great. I'm thankful that I woke up. Can you imagine how low that bar is? Every day they're happy because they set that bar happy. They set that bar happy. They set that bar low. That's another reason I like to go live because I leave the mistakes in. Thank you for subscribing, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better than I was yesterday, and I want you to do the same. Chillman, God bless you, my friend. God bless you. All right. Yep, always an attitude of gratitude. That's what I have. All right, everybody, thanks. I'm glad you're here. Morning Coffee with Cliff. I was actually a cop for 35 years. Can you imagine? And I met a beautiful young lady. And I say young lady, she's my age. A lot of people I meet today, my age, their mentality is old. Their energy is old. The way they carry themselves is old. They're living old, and I can't be around that. But I met somebody over the weekend, and their energy is young. They're living young. They're actually a nurse practitioner, which I found out they're really the next best thing to a doctor. They're of that caliber. They actually can prescribe drugs, a nurse practitioner. And man, they're smart people. And so I'm hoping this goes, to a deeper relationship. But you know what? It happened because I was open, vulnerable, ready, good vibration, positivity. And it works. It works. When you're open to allow people to connect with you, you're just giving people the opportunity to connect with you. Because you know what? If they take that opportunity, who's lucky? They're lucky. They're lucky to be able to connect with you, to have a relationship with you, to have met you in any way. They're lucky. You know how special you are. And I want to encourage you and support you and give you some money motivation selfishly. Why? Why do you focus? Why would you focus on other people? Why would you get your focus off yourself onto serving other people? I'm telling you, it comes back tenfold. When you can't encourage somebody else and support somebody else or give somebody else encouragement without you actually encouraging and supporting yourself, it bounces back to you. I'm telling you, it's just like charitable giving, right? Philanthropy. Hey, why do they volunteer? I started volunteering at my church. I joined the safety team. Okay, man, I can't believe how much I got out of it. The relationships, the feeling, the more purpose. It's a fantastic thing. And so I would encourage you to do the same. I'm glad you're here, everybody. You're connecting with me in a real way. And wow, I would hope. Oh, man. Why don't you become a cop too? Man, if you want to do that in this day and age, God bless you. I mean, it's hard to be a cop today when we've been, I'm not a cop anymore, everybody. But for 35 years, I was a cop. But during the times when there was a lot of great respect, people enjoyed, people always said, thank you for your service. And it still happens to this day. But, the news has taken, there's a lot of bad cops out there. You see them. And I don't want to say a lot. It actually isn't. It's actually like 99.9999% of all cops are great. But the power of one bad is amazing. The amount of people that one bad officer connects with or has contact with people and the damage they do is unbelievably high. One person, just like one person in your organization, in your family, in your connected, one bad energy that's why it's very important to audit your inner circle, who you are allowing, because it only takes one person of a negative mindset to really create a lot of havoc, negativity, toxicity. And so we got to audit our inner circle, who we're allowing in there. It's very important to do this with intention. You say, hey, everybody, we got a bunch of people checking in. Hey, everybody, I'm Cliff Yates. You're in the right place. Morning Coffee. I'm all about self-improvement, personal growth, how we can get better every day in every way than we were yesterday. That's what I study. That's what I like to share. It's not incendiary. I don't try to divide people. I want people up, bring people up and together. It's not about toxicity. I don't want to say shit that's going to drive people into anger, right? Because I want likes and clicks and click. I'm not about it. If I grow slow because of it, so be it. I'm going to be raw and real just like I am right now. I like to go live in the vertical mode because I know it shows up in the shorts feed. I get to connect with more people who aren't already subscribed. And you get me like this, raw and real. There's no notes. I don't have a teleprompter. There's no damn script. So what does that tell you? Hey, I'm speaking from my head, through my heart, out my mouth. And that's the way I like to connect with new people. I don't want them to be fake with me. I want them to be real. Hey, they don't have to be perfect. For God's sakes, I'm more than imperfect. But I'm willing to put that out there. I'm willing to be open to public criticism because I know the return on investment is so great, right? I've had a lot of great loves in my life. Great loves. So heartbreak can sometimes, it stings so bad that we want to build that wall around it. Never again. I can't go through this hurt again. I feel like I'm going to throw up, at the pit of my stomach. No, never again. Once I get back on my feet, not going to do that. No. We have to drop that. We got to be open-minded, open-hearted. Hey, once the scar tissue has closed up the wound, then it's time to be open-hearted, open-minded again, because the return, the reward of having a great love, a great relationship is too high. You do not want to risk not experiencing that, and it can happen again. Believe it or not, it can happen again. We start to think, never again. No. Go out there, putting love out there, expecting that it's going to come back to you, and it will. It's no bullshit. It happens. I've had it happen to me. Maybe, hey, oh, what? I got a positive comment from the chill again. Okay. Have a blessed day to you, my friend. What date did you serve in? Serve in. Canadian asking, hello, my Canadian friend. I have a Canadian person that I follow. His name is Claus. I can't think of his full. Put Claus in. He was a former RCMP, right? Royal Canadian Mounted Police Officer. I served in Los Angeles. 5 years in upstate New York, near here. I'm in upstate New York right now in the Thousand Island region, actually near Canada. I'm in the St. Lawrence River. There's a New York side and a Canadian side, right? You probably know the St. Lawrence River, right? It flows north past Montreal, Canada. But my cop days were in Los Angeles, 30 years. And let me know where you're at in Canada. I'm right near Canadian waters, everybody. Yeah, that's true. Hey, glad to connect with you, Canada. I got to get back to Montreal this year. Oh, my goodness. I got to get back to Montreal. Oh, swag in your mouth. Love it. Glad you're still here, my friend. Yeah, I got to get back to Canada. Last year, my stepson wanted to go to Ottawa, so we went to Ottawa. It's only 60 miles from here, so I have to drive like 20 miles north and go across the bridge in Ogdensburg, and then I think it was another 30, 40 miles to Ottawa. And I loved Ottawa. Ottawa was pretty clean city. Wow, loved it. Quebec. I got to get to Quebec, my friend. I have not been to Quebec yet, and I don't think it's that far. I think it's maybe 2-3 hour drive. Quebec. Yeah, I got to get to Quebec. You know, I know it's probably for the right reason, but last year, I'm clean cut, former cop. My stepson doesn't even drink, you know, and we got detained going across into Canada for about 45 minutes going through go ahead, search all you want to, but oh, what a pain in the neck. I got all these dirtbags driving by the border, and they're pulling us over. For God's sakes, what a waste of time. And they gave us a pretty hard time, I got to tell you. They weren't really that friendly. Surprising. But I loved Canada when I was there. When we got into Ottawa, met a lot of nice people. We ate in some great places. We were there for about 10 hours the whole day. And I didn't realize how close Ottawa was to me. Here in the St. Lawrence River, Thousand Island region of upstate New York. Everybody, morning coffee with Cliff. I'm going to stay with you until my coffee's done. I will promise you that. I don't leave you. I will not abandon you. What do you think? I'm weak-minded? Hell no. And I want you to be the same. Our mindset is the most important thing that we can start our day with. All right, my Canadian friend just said something here. Let me put it on the board, as I like to say. Let me make it bigger. I'm 68. You need to go to Montreal. Try a Montreal smoked meat sandwich. Oh, that sounds so good. Oh, goodness gracious. Wait, I don't read that fast. It's Canadia's pastrami and rye. I am going to get to Montreal this year. As a matter of fact, I might get there for the tennis match in late July, I think it is, or early August. It's the one right before the U.S. Open. I'm traveling to New York City for the U.S. Open, but they have a big pro tennis tournament before in Montreal. And so I have friends here that I play tennis with, and they go every year to Montreal. That might work out. That would be great. Are you into tennis? I love tennis. And I play tennis a lot in the winter in Florida, and I still play here in upstate New York. But, of course, I'm on my island, so I got to get on the mainland to play. So, as I said before, it's not always – I can't just jump in the car and go. I got to get in the boat. Depending on the weather, that could be hard or easy. Morning coffee with Cliff. Damn it, you're in the right place, and we are going to gain a lot of subscribers. And I'm talking about we, because when you join up, we're going to be a family, a community of progress. And you know how happiness comes, life fulfillment. It's making progress towards a worthy goal and or ambition. If we're making progress towards that future self that we want, a future achievement that we have in our head, then we feel good about it. I made some progress today. Maybe not much. Any progress, that's okay. In your life will be fulfilled. And you know what? You're going to be happy. It's going to be a side effect. Damn it, this is a good cup of coffee. Who made this coffee? Oh, I made it. Hey, I'm glad you're here, everybody. Glad you're stopping by. This is Morning Coffee with Cliff. I'm into self-improvement, personal growth, how we can get better every day in every way than we were yesterday. If that resonates with you, subscribe to the channel. I'm going live this morning, bantering away. Hope you had a great 4th of July. I like to go live in the vertical mode. I know it shows up in the shorts feed. And right now, YouTube is pushing out shorts feeds because that's what they want to do. They're trying to compete, I guess, with Instagram and everybody else in the vertical format. And so they push it to more people. I get to connect and grow the channel a little bit more, one quality person at a time, and that next one is you. Glad you're here, everybody. We got Canada in the house today. All right, Toronto. All right. Oh, my God, I had a great trip to Toronto. Hey, thanks for checking in, everybody. If you haven't already, hey, jump in the chat. Let me know where you are. I'm in the Thousand Island region of upstate New York. Do you know where that is? The St. Lawrence River. Do you know the Thousand Islands? Let me know. Put in the chat where you are in the world. I've been connecting on these lives. I've been going Morning Coffee with Cliff for a couple weeks now, connecting with people all over the world. Can you imagine Italy, Germany, who else? Russia, Korea, India. My God, I have a regular from India, but not yet this morning. Never been a better time to be alive. Can you imagine you're able to turn on your phone, live stream in real time to anybody around the world? It's crazy. It's a crazy time to be alive, but it's a great time. If you have an attitude of gratitude or you want that, you're in the right place. I like to encourage other people, support other people. I like to talk about how we can think better thoughts, better relationships, connect with people on a deeper level, right? Surface level bullshit is not what you and I are about. We're better than that, right? We're better. We're of the higher faculties. We are of perception, will, imagination, the things that God has implanted in us, right? Our memory, our intuition, and our ability to reason things out. God, these things are exciting. If you start focusing on these things, you're going to get more and more obsessed with how you can become more. Not just get more, but become more. Well, if you become more, you're probably going to get more just by happenstance. Glad you're here, everybody. You're in the right place. Connecting with a lot of great people this morning with our morning cup of coffee. Let me know where you are. What's the time zone you're in? Maybe it's not even coffee time where you're at. Sometimes halfway around the world. Well, all the time, it's a different time. But it's real time, live, no notes, no teleprompter. There is no script. Not with Morning Coffee with the Cliff. It's raw, real, because you know what? People have a bullshit meter, and I want to let you know what I'm talking about today is coming from my head through my heart out the mouth. And so the best way to connect with people is with authenticity. And you know what? Go forward with your day, and don't be fake. Be open to people connecting with you. And if they don't, it's their loss. It's not your failure to connect. They had the opportunity. You were open to it. Wait a minute. I got a great comment here. Swag in your mouth, I think, is leftist, but I've passed your neck of the woods many times on a trip between Toronto and Montreal. Glad to hear that you're a positive-minded guy. I'm a positive-minded guy. How about we connect with some positive-minded women? There must be beautiful. And I mean that from an inside part also. There must be women who are obsessed with personal growth, self-improvement. I know a few online, that I connect with on YouTube. But how about on my channel? I got to have some more women podcast guests who are really into becoming more, who are into communicating better, who are into personal growth, self-improvement, those kinds of things. I need to connect with more women. Let me know. Let's connect with some women out there. Let me know. You should know if you're a woman or not. If you are, then come on here in the chat. Jump in here. Fortune favors the bold. And I know you have it within you to take the next step to becoming greater than you already are. And you probably already know how great you are. That inner voice tells you, damn it, I'm pretty damn great. I need to get out there and connect with some more people. All right, everybody. Morning Coffee with Cliff. I promise you one thing. I'm going to stick with you. I'm going to stick with you until my coffee is done. I will not abandon you. I will not leave you. Oh, man, that's from the Bible, right? God says, I'll always be with you. I will not leave you. You come close to me, I'll come close to you. And that's the way we should live. It says in the Bible we should be more like Jesus, right? How can we do that? Hey, you come towards me, I'll come towards you. But you know what? I'm going to take the first step. A lot of people won't take the first step. Unless they come, if they don't talk to me, I don't talk to them. Screw that. I'm taking the power away from them. The power's in my hands. You take the power in your hands. You know what? Your joy that you're putting out in the world is not dependent on the reaction you're going to get from other people. Now, that's not to say that in a negative way, because you know what? We should always keep in mind we don't know what anybody else is going through. They might be going through a tremendous tragedy in their life. They might have had a tremendous loss recently in their life. We're coming at them with an attitude of gratitude and joy, and maybe they're not open to that right now. They can't be open to it because of something they're going through. We can't know that. And so never hinge how you're going to act towards others based on the reaction that you get from them. No, we're going to take control of our actions, intentions, and the results we get are going to be based on our inside work, not on outside circumstances. However, in the long run, look around. Your outside circumstances are generally going to be a direct reflection of how you are thinking on the inside. Wow, I said that well. I should write that down. Damn it. Sometimes pearls of wisdom do come out. All right, everybody, I'm glad you're here. I don't know who's left in the chat, but if you haven't already, let me know where you are in the world. You know what? One great person at a time. You know what? When you go out in the world to meet new people, and you should, right? Even if you're like me, I have a side of me, right? We're all multifaceted. A side of me likes to be alone, read. I'm here in my cottage. And then there's a side of me that likes to get out there in the world, get out in the field, meet new people, develop new relationships, meet new friends. And we got to be both. We got to be multifaceted. All of us have different sides to us. We have different roles we play, right? When I was working as a cop for 35 years, when I was in my cop role, I took on that alter ego, that mindset. I had to. One of my weaknesses and my strength, right? Oversensitivity. That's me. Hey, but I couldn't carry that into my police job. I could use it as a resource when needed. When it would call for empathy and sympathy for other people to connect with somebody on an emotional level, I could bring it into play on a limited basis. But when you're on the job and you are constantly being exposed to tragedy, tragic situations, you got a dead body, a dead person, a dead baby, whatever it is, I got to take care of business. Right? I can't just sit down. I can't look at and start crying. No, I got a job to do. I got to be there for the victims of crimes and tragedies, and I got to be there as a resource. I'm there to serve at that moment the best way I can. And so we bring different things to different roles that we have to play, right? You go from one role, maybe you're a warrior one way when you're on and then when you come back to family, you're a father, a mother, brother, sister, son, or daughter, and we play a different role. But we can bring great assets to each of those roles. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. So you can be an excellent father, an excellent mother, an excellent son or daughter, the best you can, and you can take that into your next role. And so you're constantly expanding and expressing your best self that we can always improve. That's never going to be satisfied. I am content. I love the life that I've created, thankful that I'm alive, but I'm also always trying to grow, trying to learn something new. That's a mindset that's very, very, well, it can be very exciting, not just to you, but to other people who are going to be coming in contact with you. They're going to sense that vibration, that frequency that you're on. So glad to connect with you this beautiful Monday morning. Monday motivation. You know what? I got to get out there in the field myself. I got to get out amongst them. I got things to do today, but I wanted to connect with you in a real raw way over my cup of coffee, morning coffee with Cliff. We're almost into an hour, and I don't know how that happened because I have no script, I have no notes, and I have no teleprompter. Well, maybe my heart is full, and I want to pour it out to you. You know what they say, you can't give away what you don't have. If you don't have love in your heart, you can't give that out. If you're not giving out love to the world, you're not going to get that back. So fill yourself, fill your heart, overflowing so that you can pour it out, pour it out. Don't forget, we're not living in a world of scarcity. We're living in a world of abundance. It's not a negative sum world. No. It's like, would you go to the ocean with a tablespoon? No, you want to go there with a giant bucket, my friend. The biggest bucket you can carry, right? And you're still not going to make a dent in the abundance of that water in that ocean. It's just a metaphor for life. Life is abundant, by you becoming more. You're not taking from somebody else. Listen, a rising tide floats all boats, man. The better you become, you're going to help everybody get better. You're going to raise everybody's tide. So focus on raising your tide, and I'm telling you, you're going to have an effect on the world. Was it Mother Teresa who said, right, if everybody would just sweep off their own doorstep, this world would be spotless. So let's sweep off our own doorstep. I'm going to be with you doing it. I'm glad you're here. You're in the right place. If you are any way interested in content that is around, based on, part of self-improvement, personal growth, I don't want to say motivation. It's all about thinking, meaning. It's about the meaning that we give to things. Tony Robbins was giving an example the other day about a lady who, at the poor girl, her mom treated her so meanly, called her names as she was a slut. You're not going to be a slut. You're not going to be a whore. And it cut off her bathing suit and cut her hair off. And that scarred her for quite a few years of her life. But then she realized the meaning that her mom was giving to what she was doing caused her to do these mean things, but her intention was positive. Her intention was out of care and love. It was the wrong way to go about it. It created great hurt at the time, but now understanding the meaning and giving a different meaning to what happened in the past now allowed this young lady to go forward in a positive way and able again to express who she really was without worrying about the judgment and opinion of others. That's who she was, and she was able to lean into her outpouring personality and without caring about the judgment and opinion of others. I actually just bought a book by Terry Cole Whitaker. I can't believe I remember that name. See, by focusing on remembering, you become better and better at your memory. The book is about not other people's opinion and judgments is none of my business. What people care, how people think of me is none of my business. That's the name of the book. Damn it. It's a great book. All right, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. It was great to connect with so many people this morning. But the next quality person is going to be the most important. I'm glad you're here. Cliff Yates live. Morning coffee with the Cliff. Reminds me of my good buddy. He's got a show called Morning Coffee with the Chief. He was the chief on the LA County Sheriff's Department. And so, hey, this is Morning Coffee with the Cliff. Not the chief, with the Cliff. All right, everybody, I'm coming at you live from the Thousand Island region of upstate New York. I'm in the United States of America, and we're celebrating our 250th year. Let me know where in the world where you are. If you're not in the USA, let me know. And if you are, what do I care? I want to connect with the next quality person, and that next one is you, right? It's not always about quantity. It's about quality. And that's what it is about our inner circle. Always be auditing your inner circle. Who you allow in there. It's not about creating a bigger inner circle. No, the inner circle should be limited. Now, how about that 5 or 6 people that we have in our inner circle? We can't let people slip in who are going to be a negative influence, toxic people that are bringing drama. All of a sudden you find out it's not about serving, it's about them. And look what they're creating. We're always creating. You can say, I'm not a creator. I don't create. No, you do create. You're always communicating. You're always creating, for sure. Glad you're here. Glad you're connecting with me. Morning coffee with Cliff. I will not leave you until my coffee is done. When I stay with you with my coffee till it's done, it creates an atmosphere that is always fun. Sometimes poetry is a good thing. I am not a poet. And I know it. Morning coffee with Cliff, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by. I know this shows up in the shorts feed, and I connect with people who aren't already subscribed. And if that's you, hey, subscribe. Check back later. I've got great content. It's always about self-improvement, personal growth, how we can get better every day in every way than we were yesterday. If that resonates with you, then you're in the right place. I know people are jumping in and out of the shorts feed. I really should not look at how many people are on the live stream. I should just always be creating good content, which is a lesson that I try to put out there. You know what? Always be trying to put yourself open and vulnerable to allow more people to connect with you, regardless of the reaction that you get. Because sometimes, no, all the time, we can't control the reactions of other people. We don't know what they're going through. That's none of our business. All we know is we're allowing them the opportunity to connect with you and me, because we know how lucky they are to connect with us. Can you imagine if you go out in the world with that kind of attitude? It creates a vibration, a frequency that other people pick up on. If you're going into a place of business knowing, you know what, I'm going into this place to pour out love to people. I'm expecting I'm going to get a lot of love and affection in return. That's going to be my expectation. That's going to be my attitude when I go inside this store. You're going to be surprised at the reactions that you're going to get. Now, if you get a negative reaction, it's none of your business, because we don't know what that person is going through. It's not personal. They don't even know us. And we're not going to give power over to another person to control our mood and our emotions. Why would you give a stranger power over how you feel, right? You'll never say again, oh, they ruined my day. No one can ruin your day unless you gave that power to them. You're in total control of your thoughts and the meaning that you give to what happens. Even if it's a negative reaction by somebody, you can actually put a positive meaning on that. You know what? I think God is testing me. This is training. This is training for me to continue on my mission for today. This was a test. Am I going to be thrown off track by this scowl this person just gave back to me when I tried to say good morning? No way in hell. I'm going forward. Positive intention, positive mindset, and I'm going to create that frequency, right? Law of attraction. Before the law of attraction, it's the law of vibration, right? The frequency that we are on is going to be received by other people. People, they call it a bullshit meter, but really it's just their intuition. They feel the vibration that you're on. If you're in a positive vibration, you're going to feel negativity when it comes around you. You're going to be repelled by it, and you're going to want to get away from it. Why? Because you're not just a transmitter, you're a receiver. Nothing is created or discovered or destroyed. It's all available to us. We don't get more energy. We allow energy to come to and through us. Control the flow, baby. That's all you have to do. So glad you're here, everybody. And hey, we're almost to the hour. And damn it, I might as well go a full hour. So now I have a goal that's only 2 minutes long. See, if I had started this live feed, I want to go an hour. That would have seemed kind of big. That would have seemed, wow, that's going to take me quite a bit of effort. But now that I just did what I know I needed and wanted to do, I'm at 58 minutes. Can I go 2 minutes? You know I can. Can you go 2 minutes? Yeah. Don't try to do too much at once. You want to have a great day? How about focus on this? I'm going to focus on the next 45 minutes. Can I have a great 45 minutes? You're damn right you can. I can do 30 minutes. I can have a positive mindset for 30 minutes. You're damn right you can. There's ways to change your state. You know how to do it. Change your physiology. How am I moving? Move my body differently. Motion affects emotion, right? Change your focus. What I've been thinking about, man, that's been making me sad. Okay, let me focus on something different. I'm moving my body. Now I'm going to think about something different. What am I saying to myself? What is that voice in my head saying that I'm creating? Oh, no. Next 45 minutes is going to be great. I know it because I can create it. I'm glad you're here, everybody. Well, looks like I have made it to the hour, and I connected with some great people from Canada. A lot of Canadians today. Montreal, Toronto. And that's great because you know what? I'm near Canada. I wonder if because, I'm in the St. Lawrence River, Thousand Island region of upstate New York. I'm on the American side, but the Canadian side is right there. I wonder if YouTube is pushing me to people who are nearby in the country of Canada. I bet you the algorithm does that. I'm glad they did. It worked out good for me. All right, everybody, that was it. We are in the hour, up the hour, and my coffee is done. Perfect timing. We got 10 seconds. Unless you come on with a loving, heartfelt comment, I'm going to leave you till the next video. Glad to connect with everybody today. We got the hour done. And you know I love you. I'll see you in the next video.